You probably didn't, David. I think David hit show to all players or something because it showed up on my screen too.
Yeah, my mouse button slipped.
How dare you?
So my mouse is not the only one that's possessed.
Hiding in the grass.
Well, the question is, are you dummy thick? Because if so, the clap of your ass cheeks will alert the guard.
Okay.
No, I
There
didn't.
was just lag on this one. With Raven being, talking to one of the villagers.
Yeah, last I recall, it was a young guy, very normal looking, not very standoffish.
Yeah, a young man, about 20 years old, human. Fairly healthy looking, medium in height, slightly above average looks, long dark hair and eyes. Currently dressed in simple peasant garbs like cotton shirt, leather pants.
Please, my lord, don't raid us. We just got the corn set.
And they wanted to know about our crash, right?
Yes. He, when you approached him in the dark, he seemed very interested in the shooting star they had seen last night. He had asked you a rambling series of questions about how were you the chosen ones? Were you sent by the Great Kami? Had you been sent to save them from the darkness?
Okay. So that darkness isn't your guys'?
But no, but why would it be ours?
Well, I mean, it is sitting on top of your village there.
And everywhere else, he gestures around to, the abyss around you.
Oh, no, I'm pointing to the obelisk.
Yeah, we are around the obelisk, because the obelisk is the last place where any kind of light seems to survive.
Oh. Fair enough. Already? Chosen ones. Ugh. Alrighty. So, trying to think, sorry. Not familiar enough with the system to know what kind of checks I could do.
Oh, you can always inquire.
Yeah, that's how you can ask.
Oh, I know, okay. Where did this prophecy about the chosen ones come from?
It's been around for, centuries in one form or another, or at least so we're told. We learned about it through the teacher.
What was that? Sorry.
I'd say it's been around for centuries, or so we've been told. We learned about it ourselves through the teacher.
Okay. Teacher.
Yes, he's the guy leading the village. Great holy man.
Okay, teacher, holy man. Okay, cool. Well, what is known about the saviors? Are they supposed to know they're saviors? Because I feel like in most cases, most saviors don't realize they're saviors until the same stuff.
The prophecy really doesn't go into that. It's just they will come to save us from when the world is at its darkest, they will come to bring light.
Well, I suppose we can definitely bring some light. I don't know if we're exactly saviors, though. I suppose we're basically heroes of our realm, but we kind of accidentally wound up here.
I
Definitely.
see.
Locke is going to look around at all the water and go, this is like muttering to himself, this is definitely not on purpose. Because it's boggy marsh area, yes.
Yeah.
Are the rest of the villagers approaching from behind him? Like,
Yeah, they're approaching from behind him.
How far away are the rest of the villagers?
They should be here in a minute or two.
Okay. Alrighty, so your teacher... Sorry, I'm mentally formulating. I probably should spend more time thinking about this over the course of the week. 2 weeks, I guess.
I say, yeah, you got 2 weeks.
I feel like at this point, Locke doesn't sense any danger.
You can make an insight check if you'd like.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he seems on the level and just as confused about you as you are about him.
Okay.
He is kind of hard to read, though.
Yeah. Alrighty. Matt's formulating a plan. Is there much food at your village? Wait, hold on. I'm retracting that. Does Locke know what our supply levels are like on the boat?
You recall when you guys searched the boat, there was no food or water on board.
Okay. Do you guys have food at your village and stuff? I mean, I imagine so. But...
I'd like you to make a wisdom check.
If I roll over that one, I know that people need food to survive. Sorry, I did not mean to click insight.
Well, you rolled wisdom, so... And you nat 20.
Nice.
Technically, there's no such thing as a critical success on a skill check, but... You still made the check. You also realize that at this point, it's probably been almost a day since, this all started. As in a full 24 hours, and you guys haven't really eaten, and you're not feeling hungry.
Strange. Alrighty.
As for your food question, yeah, I mean, we're doing all right. We're getting what game is still in the area, but things are dying. It is beginning to get scarce. The deeper the darkness, the less there is to go around.
Locke's gonna stop and think and be like.
It's almost like it's consuming everything.
I would wager to say darkness definitely is consuming everything. I think that we need to set up a meet of the crew I'm with with your leader.
And as you say that, the other people begin to form around you guys. As they kind of form around you, they begin, kneeling on the ground and murmuring various prayers and praises. Oh, thank the gods, the saviors have come. That kind of thing.
Oh shit.
The one guy you've been talking to is not kneeling down like the others. He's just standing upright, continuing to look at you.
Yeah, I don't think he believes we're saviors. At least I'm not a savior. But, to be fair, I don't think Locke believes he's a savior. So, Sierra's in the bushes, yes.
Yeah, David's still hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
And technically Sierra's hiding in the swamp, but she's in mark mode, so.
Are we just all the people in the town, or are we at the boat?
There's two separate parties.
I'd say everyone except Matt, Sierra, and David stayed at the boat.
Yep.
Okay.
Somebody, huh?
So
Somebody
I can
has to
I can be safely cooking dinner and not miss anything. Gotcha.
Mhm.
Locke is going to look in the direction that
Dinner?
he
What
left
dinner?
Alamar head off, and kind of like shoot a confused look over in that direction. Locke is gonna ask one last, and then he's gonna turn into the guy and ask, "These saviors don't get offered as like sacrifices to your gods, do they? Bring the light back."
Before he can answer that, a group of 4 men come out of the crowd, knocking him to the ground. They are dressed in what appears to be hide armors, carrying large, shields and spears.
Oh, here comes the
Well,
dicks.
shit.
As they knock him to the ground, they're like, "Kneel before the great kami, dog!" And then they proceed to take a knee before you.
Kami?
Sorry, I believe in democracy.
It's like, "We heard you wish to speak to the teacher. We are here to escort you."
Okay. Locke is gonna shoot a look back towards the swamp and the accident and be like, "Lead the way."
They nod and stand up and just kind of form around you, one on each corner, glaring at the peasants and ensuring that they keep a wide berth from you as they begin to lead you towards the tent city.
Yep.
The peasants seem kind of respectful, but also afraid of the men. They're definitely wanting to hang back, and kind of seem to flinch if they get if the guards make any sudden movements.
What kind of action is it to control my pigments?
It should say under the ability.
Just trying to think.
I'd like to roll to follow.
Okay.
Hidden like.
Give me a stealth check.
Yes. Watch me be noticed because I'm rolling at disadvantage. Okay, not super bad. I thought, yes.
And you actually have advantage from the darkness.
Huh.
It seems to have rolled for you.
Oh, I actually rolled at a disadvantage, so I guess if we're taking the higher roll, it'd
Yeah.
be a 22.
Are you sticking to the? Are you going to get back on the road? Or are you going to stick through the brush and everything?
My intention is to stick through the brush. I know it'll eventually come to a at least tent urban area, so then things
yeah.
will...
I need you to also keep pace and athletics check, as this is very thick, muddy, boggy ground. It's effectively difficult terrain. It's really slowing you down.
Keel makes sense. 15.
Okay. That one you didn't need to roll with disadvantage, but
Well, I have exhaustion.
yeah.
So
Right.
I have to roll everything at disadvantage.
Right. Roy.
Well, ability checks anyway.
Okay. So they are leading you along. And this next map will technically be inaccurate because you all split the party.
Well, shit.
Um, Oh, is that...
Yeah,
Is it actually working?
sort of. Those of you following at home, you'll probably see things on this map. Preparation, so ignore that.
Ignore what?
Exactly. The Twitch stream gets stuff depending on what you guys choose to do.
No.
Okay. So Locke is led towards the tent city that I will scroll back up to the beginning of the document. To the completely different end of the book.
Of course.
What you see as you approach, is obviously a giant wooden palisade, and more of these guard types standing around it. Some of them on the walls with bows, others on the ground with swords and spears. As you get closer in, you see that is a medium-sized tent village that is kind of around the structure that you saw earlier.
Alright.
They have built this on the side away from the lake and have begun encircling. It stretches from the muddy lane up and around to the northern slope. It's surprisingly clean, all things considered. Considering it's a cobbled together shanty town, as it were, of tents and lean-tos and whatnot. You can see attempts to build more permanent structures in the soggy, decaying earth that some have met with more success than others, like the wall there. Seems fairly heavily populated. If you had to guess, hazard a guess, you'd say a few thousand people are here.
Alright.
Mostly families crowding into small tents. Equally mixed of men, women, children, old, young. They in various states of health. You see several look to be rather gaunt and starving. Others kind of cracked lips, dehydration type.
Mostly human, mix of races.
It's mixed races. Closer to the hill, you see a small section of tents that seem to be less shanty town and patchwork and more higher quality material. You notice the general population seems to.
So I can see this, or...
Huh? Yeah, you can move for it. You can move through the wall. The general population seems to be trying to keep away from this area, and the few people that you see moving about seem to be the guard types. And at the center of the map, you can see a large pavilion tent made of the finest materials, so very high quality furs. You see some silks in there.
This one up here.
I say, yeah, the large dome tent in the middle.
It's very hard to tell what the middle is on my iPad, but I'm assuming that.
It's the only round tent.
Well, yes, but it's very hard to see
Okay.
shapes of tents in the light.
And fine furs, lots of silk.
Alrighty. One very nice silk tent.
It's the only thing in the area that does not seem to be falling apart.
Question. Do I need to figure out my own way in, or is it presumed that I've somehow stealthed through the fallen?
I will need you to make a decision on how you would like to get in.
Okay.
And we can go from there.
How is the crowd following us? Are they just
Once you come through the walls, they kind of disperse and seem to be talking among the people there, kind of spreading the word of your arrival.
Okay, I take it I can see what I can see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hypothetically, you could hide in plain sight.
What, me?
Yeah. Follow the crowd. Blend in with the crowd on the way in. There's a few thousand people. Not everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, but I'm kind of distinctive.
I would remember you.
I'm not wearing even the same kind of outfit that anyone else is. I'm wearing Kevlar.
Oh, fair. Fair point.
Okay. Well, if I can see what I can see, then what I would like to do is move around here. To get a good vantage point on those walls to see if there how many. I see there's an archer right there. I'm not sure if there's any archers along here though.
You should be able to at least have partial sight on anybody based on where they're standing on the line there.
Okay. In which case, what I would like to do is dip from here to where I am. I take it this bridge is allowing a free flow of water to go through.
Water's going under the bridge.
Right. Then I would like to slip from this bush into the water, go down because it looks like the current is going southward.
Yeah, it's going down.
I just realized I can't see any of the pods anymore.
Go down with the current.
You mean the party?
And
yeah, it's because you went inside the walls.
And I would like to climb about here unless a new guard unveils, so I can see if I can go up and just
move down and see. I say they don't have any cover. They're just kind of standing up there on the wall, so they should be.
Have an extra guard there. Am I limited by a combat move?
No.
Okay. Oh, these guys are nicely positioned, in which case...
Yes, they are well defended.
All they're missing is crenellations. Okay. Shoot.
It's almost as if the GM wasn't expecting you guys to try and sneak in here.
How's the foundation of the wood? Is there any place of ill repair?
Well, it's all very shoddy repair, but the wall is basically they dug a hole and stuck the post in it.
Okay. Is there?
So it is flush to the ground.
You don't have any radio communication or those things that Greg made.
Or the message cantrip.
All I have is a sending stone.
Wait a second.
Okay. I don't suppose there's any water that is been diverted from the stream underground into the town to perhaps some sort of well?
Not that you can see, and
okay.
You are swimming around in nasty death water, so you can pretty much safely assume they do not want this coming into the village.
So despite the blueness on here, this is still death water. Gotcha.
This is, it's still blue normal water, but there's, again, there's the smell of death and decay in the water, and you occasionally see a dead fish come by and that kind of stuff. It's not as rank as the lake because this is at least moving water, but
right.
Sadly, that nice happy rainbow's not up there because there's no light. But
yeah. Okay. Can I make a wisdom roll for our common sense check?
Sure.
Okay. Which will be at disadvantage because I'm fucking tired. Kind of. Yeah. No, I'll just make the roll. You know what? I want that first one. I want that grayed out one.
What sort of common sense are you looking for?
Would it be easier to sneak in through the wall or take the more obvious suggestion and try to blend in with the crowd? I was kind of assuming just due to my outfit and stuff like that it would be hard for me just to blend in with the crowd.
Well, in the amount of time that has taken you to do this, most of the crowd coming in has dispersed.
Okay.
You got the odd villager coming in with like sacks of what looks like some kind of salvage, scavenging type stuff they've probably done, but the large pack of people has dispersed. So, near as you can tell, based on that roll and your current situation, it's either sneak in the front door or sneak in over the wall. It seems to be about equally likely. There don't seem to be any carts or vehicles around, either in the village or outside. Everything seems to be done by hand and on foot.
Okay.
If you had to hazard a guess by looking at the people on the inside, they probably ate the horses a long time ago.
This isn't exactly a hostile environment aside from survival. So I'm just going to go in the front. I'm not going to do anything overly complicated.
As you approach, the archers on the top draw their bows, and the guards in front, move up to you. Like, halt! Who goes there? We don't recognize you.
Oh, it's not stealthing in?
Merely
Covered in shit.
Merely a traveler in this desolate world wanting to pay his respects to the great kami. I got some ears.
They point their spears at you. How do you know about the great kami? We just found out ourselves. Travelers that would have no way of hearing.
Murmurs from the crowd.
All the crowd is inside. Again, where did you hear murmurs?
The villagers that were leaving, were they...
No, people were coming in. Nobody's left.
Well, the people we encountered, were they investigating the
They were moving to investigate the crash, but then they ran into Matt, and they all came back with him.
Okay, so that was a part of that. Okay.
They haven't even seen the crash site yet.
Let me check me some skills. Okay. I do have some skill in that. Are you saying that I couldn't possibly have heard that? What is Yes, right. Matt, your character's like an elf.
Mm. Yeah.
The elf, the villagers, and the guards.
Well, considering everything that seems to still be alive on this planet is already inside the walls, and we've accounted for all the people who left the walls, and we don't recognize you. Yeah. I call bullshit. I don't know what, hell spawn of the black you are, but be gone!
That's racist.
Oh, this has been a wonderful day. Thank you. Okay, time for me to fucking sneak in over the wall.
Bloody hallucination.
Okay, to sneak in over the wall, I take it to be an athletics and a stealth.
Yeah. And that stealth is gonna, let's see, you're at advantage for darkness, but you're at disadvantage for, the fact that there's not really anywhere to hide based on their, based on the entrances and their positioning.
What about this, cliff face over here? Does it line the village?
One side of it.
Well, I can skill that, see if they have any guards posted up there, if they're just assuming that the natural formation is going to shield them.
Well, yes, but to get to that, you're going to have to fight fight your way partly through the waterfall. Which you will see when you move over there, I'm sure. It's like you may attempt to climb the sheer, wet rock face, but that will definitely be a disadvantage.
Although I feel like the archers are not going to take their eyes off me now. Because...
Well, the archers can only see so far due to the abyssal darkness.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, no.
Seem to all be human.
Well, no, it's a mix of races, but it is so, the darkness is so oppressive. Even people with races with dark vision have their dark vision cut in half.
Okay, so if we're assuming 30, I'm just at the edge there. Okay, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to use a grapnel arrow to help me scale
What are you trying to attach your arrow to?
the rock face.
Okay. I will need an attack roll. This will be at disadvantage due to the fact that arrow usually does not penetrate stone well.
True, but this is really a grapnel arrow.
Yes, which are usually designed to find something to latch onto, and you're trying to attach it to a sheer rock face.
I'm just say hook, is connected to. Okay, yeah. There's no special note about. Yeah. Other than it'll pierce through non-magical, non-adamantine, non-warden materials. Okay. So disadvantage to hit roll.
It does say it's designed to pierce.
It's designed to. It states. The hook will pierce through non-magical, non-adamantine, non-ward materials in order to stay hooked.
Okay. But you are shooting it through the waterfall and all that, so okay, yeah.
Oh, my thought was to scale from here and then go over.
Yeah, you're scaling up.
Right, but the grapnel would be hitting. No. Would be hitting somewhere.
Okay, you're putting the grapple above you.
I'm putting the grapple above you, going to climb, and then I'm going to cross.
Okay, then just normal roll with disadvantage for your exhaustion, because...
it says ability checks. I don't think that counts for attacks, does it?
No, you're right. But you are in the darkness, so you're not sure what you're trying to attach it to.
Good point, because everything is super, okay. I will aim then.
You have time to aim, yes?
It's like
That's a dirty 20?
It's like an action, yeah. With, plus... sneak... Yeah, so...
You fire the arrow, you take a step back just in case, and you wait a minute, and wait another minute, and it doesn't come falling back down, so you can probably assume it's caught on something.
Kills. Is that athletics a skill?
Yep. And the rope will negate your disadvantage.
Kills. Haha!
Okay, you are climbing along nicely.
Okay. Do I need another athletics to get through the water, and I'll retrieve the grapple arrow?
The grapple arrow gets you gets you a fair way up the rock face, not all the way to the top.
Okay.
I will need it if you are wanting to hang on and remove the grapple arrow, so thus losing the rope. I will need another athletics check. This time, you do not get the advantage from the rope.
Well, I assume I've reached the end of the rope.
You have reached the end of the
Okay.
rope. Yeah. So you are hanging on the end of the rope. If you are wanting to retrieve the rope, you're going to need to shimmy over to the side a little bit.
Right.
Hence the athletics check for that.
Okay. That is a much worse roll.
Okay. You do not crit fail, but you are not able to get grip to shimmy to the side. You make no progress.
Okay. Can I try again?
Yes.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's a fall. I will give you one chance to save yourself.
Okay. What kind of roll is it?
Another athletics. Okay.
Whew.
You do grab.
This rock face.
However, due to the sudden stop, your arm wrenching at the sudden stop.
Cool. Let's see. Whenever I take damage from falling, I can roll a d8 plus a dex and subtract that from the damage.
By all means.
Oh, do my number as well.
Okay.
Kills.
No damage. Your shoulder hurts, but no damage.
Nice. Okay. I'll try this one last time, and then I'm just gonna leave it if it doesn't work. Okay,
Come back to
13.
the party.
13.
Okay, you're okay with the rope. You can make your way back up to where the rope is.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll just move along then. I do have a small number of these.
What you doing now?
I'm just gonna go across. I'm not gonna retrieve the arrow.
Shimmying across. You are going to have to shimmy through the waterfall, which is going to be fighting you. Rock is going to be slick, so disadvantage.
Okay. I believe climber gives me advantage related to climbing. So 25.
Okay, yeah, you are able to shimmy across.
Is it both sections or just that first section?
That's the first section. I will need another check for the second half of the waterfall.
10.
You are not able to make any progress.
Okay. $13.
Still no progress.
28.
There you go. You have now shimmied across. I will need a stealth check for the archers.
Okay. Oh wait, that's right, I'm getting advantage from the darkness as I recall. Well, here's a question. Are they far enough away from me that they can even perceive me?
You don't know. Though, I remind you, you can technically perceive in total darkness. It's a bitch, but you can do it. And these guys are also moving about, even though I'm not actually moving them.
Oh, okay. Well, if I can see them, they can see me. I would prefer to move when I can't see them.
Which is fair. Your timing was just off due to that roll. What's that above? The shadows are coming again! Rally the god!
Why?
Meanwhile, we're back in the ship.
I will cut back to you guys in a moment. First, I need David to make a defense. Or die or
Usually I would agree with you, but...
what, you got some kind of, Attack on Titan 3D maneuver gear I don't know about?
Part 2 of Climber. Also, enemies do not gain advantage on their attacks against you when you climb. I don't know if that applies to the defense roll in this case.
Well, enemies do not gain advantage. That you get having disadvantage is that because they have advantage. So yeah, you will roll normally.
Woo!
Can I BRB for a couple of minutes?
I'm about to cut back to the boat, but I don't know how long the boat will take. So yes.
22.
Okay, well, I'll be back in like 5, so
Okay.
the boat will take 5 minutes.
Okay.
The boat takes more than 5 minutes.
Okay. So you are able to successfully dodge the initial volley of crossbow bolts.
Damn, we're using crossbows. That'll hurt.
You do note, however, that the places where the bolts hit seem to detonate the rock. If you had to hazard a guess, they are probably using gunpowder-infused crossbow bolts.
Oh, but why though? Okay. Oh, this is great.
You don't fight fair against the darkness.
Keel.
Looking at it as the volleys come up, you can see like they have like the equivalent of like flaming arrowheads.
Okay. I would think something like flint against a bag would work too, but yeah.
Well, yes, but they also want to see, same reason you use flaming arrowheads at night. It's to see where your arrows are going. And if it sticks in the enemy, then the other people can shoot the enemy easier. So yes, you hear the sound of alarm coming from the camp below.
Cool.
And we're cutting back to the boat.
That's cool.
I'm sure nothing bad's happened.
What do you want to do?
Not wage a one-man war.
Turn the boat! Fire the guns now.
I don't know. What is there to do on the boat? Other than keep watch.
You can keep watch. People had been had been searching the boat. People had been examining the boat for damage.
Keeping an eye on where our compatriots went off towards the village. Looking or hearing things.
I will be in the watchtower.
You cannot hear anything from the village, but you do see the flickering lights of the village on the other side of the lake. Very faintly.
I will be in the watchtower looking for signs of big fuckery.
You're not seeing much, considering your dark vision is cut in half, but you're keeping an eye out for vague fuckery.
Bassini. I don't have access to Bassini sheet, so I can't do anything on that. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll have Rook start going through the ship to see what he can find.
He's not gonna turn.
Weapon.
He's not gonna turn up anything aside from what I gave you guys last session.
Of course. Just making sure.
What he does notice, however, is that the few pieces of damage the ship took in the fall, like broken furniture and stuff, the hull was mostly intact, seem to be patching themselves up.
We have a self-mending ship, badass.
Or at least furniture. That's good.
He sees there was a chair that the leg had broken off, and the chair is now on its side, and a saw is going back and forth on the leg, and a new leg is being nailed into place. That kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't speak. No, wait, this is more Fantasia. So,
Alright,
A few holes in the floor where heavy objects had fallen. He can see the plank of the floor being torn up and a new one being slotted into place.
Fair enough. That is very good.
oh, just self-healing ship.
True. True enough.
It casts mend.
Well, I can't really answer that because Rook doesn't know better.
Rook can somehow probably telepathically tell me. So it's like when he gets close and then inform me.
As I is Rook
At
going?
some other point, I can probably check.
Is Rook going to try and direct your attention to this?
No, Because Haas is too worried about our friends who went into complete darkness without telling us anything.
Do you think we should go after them or just stay on the ship to make sure it doesn't float away?
I was about to ask you if how long do you think we should wait before we try to intervene at all?
How long have they been gone?
I'd say at this point, considering they were moving stealthily, traveling that far, had time for a conversation, we had time for David's silliness, so maybe an hour?
Alright,
Or coming up on an hour?
Yeah, we'll give them... And we know they disappeared into town, we just don't know why.
Well, they told you they were going to scout the town, because you guys made the decision that some of you were going to stay and look after the ship, see if it had any damage, and the others were going to go investigate the tent city.
Let's give them 2 hours. Because it might take an hour to like get there and find out stuff. It might take an hour to get back. So an additional hour to actually see what to find. So 3 hours, including the hour.
Survival check?
Okay. Carefully, slow, please. I actually have some skill on.
Yeah, because we're boards.
I have a problem. I need to pick which dice to use.
Choose your newly donated ones.
Choose your weapon.
Hey, well, shit, I'll take it.
Plus 3, so that's 20, 22, plus a D3.
Sure.
So 24.
Okay, from what you can see in the crow's nest, looking across the lake, you estimate that it probably should only have taken about a half hour to 45 minutes to get there at the speed they, are likely moving at.
Okay, so we'll give them another hour.
An hour.
Yeah.
Right. I'll leave Rook here. That way he can, if need be, he can maybe pilot this. No, he's not.
I mean, we'll just leave Bassini here
Sure.
and T here and stuff until their players come back on screen. They
We'll
can
burn
find where
that
they
bridge.
want to be.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. An hour.
Really should have studied that message capture, now that I think about it.
Oh, right, I should probably prep this.
Okay, we're going to cut back to Matt in the village now.
Kind of awkward. Alright. Matt over here stuffing his face with cheese.
Funny you should mention that.
Would you like some cheese with
That
that
is
guac?
interesting.
Uh,
The bonfire shows up on the Twitch map, but it does not show up on this other laptop.
It does not show up on my iPad. Is that a bonfire that I'm standing in?
You are standing next to a giant bonfire, yeah.
It warms my cold, dead heart.
The guards lead you next to to a large table near this bonfire, where they seat you down. The peasants hanging back and speaking in hushed tones.
You can move my hog as necessary.
Yeah. At this table, you can see various peasants laying out, what appears to be a feast of fine food and drink. Far better than, looks like belongs in this, shanty town.
Yeah.
I get the guard seat you down. It's like, take a minute, refresh yourself, relax. The teacher will be with you shortly, but until then, we want to celebrate your arrival and make sure that you are well looked after.
Locke is like cocking an eyebrow because I'm sure that the last time he's seen stuff this nice was before he left the Feywild. So he's like, I can't imagine we had anything like this at the dojo.
No. And
Yeah.
as you're taking all this in, you notice a line of peasants forming, each cradling various items like, clothing, jewelry, scraps of food. They look like they're lining up to make offerings to you.
Well, shit.
And as they're lining up to do this, you hear a commotion coming from the wall. It sounds like and you see what look like flaming, specks of light shooting upwards towards the cliff face.
Flaming specks of light shooting upward toward the cliff face.
Yeah, but kind of like they could, if you had to hazard a guess based on what you saw coming in, they probably have flaming arrows.
Considering that
You heard shouts of the darkness has returned. Call, bring the guard.
like make a mental note to ask about that later. And just if I threat having a weapon, would it make the weapon materialize?
How the weapon materializes as part of your attack action, so there's not really a way to prep it, but if you have it in your mind that you're ready to defend yourself, when time comes, your weapon will appear. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to mentally have it in my mind that I have my hand and crossbow ready, just in case I need to shoot first at this table.
Mm-hmm. The peasants begin slowly, advancing one at a time, laying out their offerings on the table, bowing to you, muttering some sort of prayer, and then backing off so that the next one can, repeat the process.
Can I hear the prayer? Do I need to make a perception check to hear the prayer?
You can make a perception check.
Did I accidentally click on something?
You click dexterity.
Ignore that.
And a saving throw at that, so I guess you're trying to roll out of the way to hear.
I-
And that's acrobatics.
My iPad's being funky today. My apologies.
There we go.
Ignore anything that's not the. Whoa.
Well, upside, there's no such thing as a critical failure on a skill check.
Yeah, I know, right?
Downside, it's mostly unintelligible. You hear something about great kami and darkness.
Yeah, definitely gonna have that ready. Locke's pretty sure that this is the kind of treatment you give someone before you break really bad news to them, like enslave them for 50 years or.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank God there's not a critical failure. Otherwise, you probably would have said that a villager showed up with a spider. Offered me a spider. But it was my other fear activated this early on in the campaign.
Everybody die.
Alright, I will cut back to David since you seem to be done for the moment.
Yep.
David, I need 2 more dodge checks from you as more volleys come your way.
Kill.
Yay!
Can totally do this, guys.
We're the greatest adventuring party that ever was.
Well, that's the way these people seem to think we are. Little do they know we're a big pile of rejects that formed a dojo and then became local heroes.
Okay, you take 18 damage as the volleys pierce your back and detonate. I also need an athletics check to maintain... No, this would be dex save to maintain your grip. No,
Yes.
strength save. Strength save.
It's a save! I know it!
Well, I think about it, this has less to do with agility, more has to do with grip strength, so yeah, strength.
Okay, and this is to keep from falling?
Yeah, this is to maintain your grip and keep from falling as the, force of the blast rocks you.
Okay. Kills. Now, whenever you make a strength or dex saving throw whilst climbing, you gain advantage on the roll.
Okay. Okay.
Advantage! Why don't you roll mores?
How much rope did you have?
Like on me or a part of the grapple?
Part of the grapple, because...
It's 50-foot rope.
Okay, 50-foot rope. So you are now falling 50 feet.
So, do I just drag myself directly down then?
Oh, give me a minute.
Alright. We're in lap for Homer.
Wow, that's, Yeah, 50-foot falls aren't that big a deal.
Relatively low rolls.
So, yeah, you will land right around here.
You have restricted movement on.
Yeah, I do, because somebody told me they like running around the map without permission, so...
Who told you that?
You!
Oh.
Am I inside the village? I think I'm inside the village.
Well, to be fair, I'm not doing it right now because my head has like...
To be fair, I'm not doing it because I physically can't.
So you hit the ground, the wind knocked out of you, your back killing you. And you hear the sound of armored footsteps charging your way.
Gonna find a nook.
I think it fell over here!
Gonna hide. Gonna hide lots right now. How much light?
The shadows.
Because of my dark vision, I take it I can can I distinguish between bright light and low light?
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, I would like to... if I did a stealth run, would that be stealth at disadvantage?
Yes, because you're moving fast.
Okay. It looks like my sight just changed.
Yeah, I reduced it to the proper
Okay.
range.
Okay. I'll just do a regular old hide then. How far can I do? How far can I move before I would incur disadvantage?
If you are doing anything beyond half movement, it is disadvantage.
Is this a low light environment?
No, that is currently a no light environment.
Okay.
Or rather dim light, because ambient light from the campfires and stuff.
Well, I'm just determining if I roll stealth at an advantage in this situation or not.
This is a dim light environment.
Okay.
Most of the camp will be considered dim light unless you are right next to a fire.
Actually, that would count as that because of my armor. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Roll20. I needed that. I am now in absolute darkness.
You are the knight.
Yes, I am the knight.
Okay. You have successfully hidden.
Awesome.
Or at least believe you have. And I'm not going to change maps, but I'm going to cut back to the boat again. We have hit the rough just under 2 hour mark at this point.
Alright, I believe we need to go after them.
Arkin and Tag will volunteer to stay with the boat.
Alright.
Arkin and who?
See me?
Tag, Sierra's character.
Oh, Tag will come back.
Yeah, I'm going to have her go back so she's not just hanging out in the...
Alright. If we're not back by an hour, or you see something more brilliant, you know that something's gone wrong. With all this darkness, I'm gonna try to be a little bit of a light. Maybe you'll see through it. Alright, that's good.
Alright. Are you guys trying to be stealthy?
I personally am not going to be stealthy.
He's
not...
the bard.
No. And a yes. I'm a lot of things.
Hey, just because you're a bard doesn't mean you can't be stealthy.
Oh, I know. It's just that.
They have to sing the hiking song.
No. But, actually, you know what? And apparently I'm the only one here at the moment, so, you know what? Might as well stealth up to it.
Okay,
Roll the dice.
you are being stealthy. That means you will be traveling at a slower pace.
Traveling at a slower pace, is it really worthy? Don't know what they're doing. Nah, screw it. I'm not gonna stealth. If they come in and say they want to stealth, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm just gonna rush.
So you're gonna rush. So fast pace.
Relatively fast pace. Not full on running, but a good try.
Okay. Well, for the purposes of travel pacing, so I know how long it takes you to get there. Your option, since you said you are not stealthing, your options are normal or fast.
Okay, fair enough. Fast.
Okay. And that doesn't have to be running or jogging. That just means you're moving quick. You're moving with great haste. Okay, so it takes you about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. It's kind of hard to judge time here, but not too long to approach the palisade. As with David before you, the guards, brace their spears and, call out, like, "Who goes there?"
Are we still on the boat, or are we back to town?
I have cut back to the boat. Greg decided he wanted to advance to go find the party.
Okay.
I don't know if you wish to go with him or not.
I don't know if you saw my Skype message, but I might be having to do something for a friend, so I'm gonna be away from my computer.
Okay.
Right? Roll more people and share my seat.
Okay. Are you going? So you're going with him?
Yeah, I'll go with them.
Okay. So both of you are challenged by the guards when you approach. They seem to be especially wary of Ohas, given his demonic appearance.
Would disguise cover that up?
Yes.
I want it to remain this way. This is who I am now.
Well, knowing that we were going on a date, can I cast disguise on him?
Is it a first level spell?
I have it prepped, yeah.
Is it actual, like, first level spell or anything like that?
Yeah, it's a spell. Is it not going to work on him?
No, it's just that he would ask that you save your spells just in case, because, well, who knows? Honestly, these people are probably scared with all this darkness around.
Let's
To be honest.
have an easy time here. Let's make our lives a little bit easier. I'm gonna end with the demonic war. It may not be the best approach.
I am not actually.
It's your war.
I don't.
It's your
Coming in,
war.
coming
It's
in
darkness. So
coming in with a demon is not the best approach to talking raccoons going into a village full of hungry people.
I'll take the arm.
sorry. Had to
Trying,
get off the
trying to think.
Wi-Fi.
Trying to think if there was a cantrip I can use that essentially
Wait.
show the.
I know what it is. She's your emotional support, Tanuki.
Deal.
Please, sir, don't take away my emotional support, Tanuki. She's important to me. She keeps me grounded.
Okay. Are you casting the spell or not?
Yeah.
I suppose.
So I will mark off the
Costs like 3 mana. It's fine.
2.
Hey there, Bella humans, human bellas.
So again, you are challenged by the guards. They're not paying as much attention to Greg as they would have been, but
Hail friends. We are what you would call adventurers, I suppose. Came near that ship there. You wouldn't have happened to see any of our friends here, would you?
you came on the ship?
This is gonna go well.
Mayhaps. What's it to you?
They turn and shout back, "We have more coming! Bring them in! Prepare more places!"
No, hold that order.
David face
This
palms.
is gonna end badly.
What is a kami?
Kami, the great Kami, the chosen ones, the ones who have come to save us from the darkness.
Well,
You mean the
they're
darkness
not,
around
she'll look at herself. They're not entirely wrong.
Do you mean this dark? Do you mean the darkness around us? Or do you mean the abyssal darkness?
He'll gesture with his spear to the, around. Seems to be indicating the incredibly oppressive darkness that is, smothering the area.
Hmm.
I knew I should have prepped daylight.
I don't think it would have helped you here either. Anyways,
Daylight works on everything.
But as I said, you said you brought in our other friends, the half elf and the cat folk.
Don't know about any half elf. There was a full elf. Only cat folk I've seen, I'm pretty sure was a creature of the dock.
Pretty sure
The cat folk was with us.
Well, then he should have said so, as opposed to trying to convince us some bullshit about travelers when everything else on the planet's dead.
We aren't exactly well informed.
Well,
Friend.
crazy.
That is.
Well, if he comes back,
We don't know why.
meantime, get in here. The teacher's going to want to speak with you.
Alright. Let's go.
Teach.
Adventure time.
Teacher.
Yes, the teacher, the sage, the one who knows, who has been, talking about the darkness and, how we might combat it.
Take us to your sage. Doesn't quite bring us to your leader.
Well, that's because sage usually means the wisdom, and leader usually means authority. It usually doesn't have as much punch, you see.
I'd like to.
You are brought, like Ravin, you've been brought to this large feast table laden with, wines and fruits and meats that look way out of place in this incredibly shabby tent city. You see a line of peasants walking up to Ravin, presenting, jewelry and other knickknacks that might have been important to them in their, past lives. That's seemingly an offering. As you approach, their eyes widen and they start whispering among themselves some more. The crowd parts to allow you to be seated at the table.
Ravin is sitting there. He's not making eye contact with the villagers.
Well, that's fine. They're not making eye contact with you either.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. He looked over at them when they first started coming in, realized they were not making eye contact with him. And he turns to see you guys and he's like, oh no, this is not actually a good time for you guys.
Yes, thank you for telling us so much what was happening.
Wine?
All hearts will remain standing. No, this is, I am quite full, thank you.
Not actually. He hasn't touched anything other than the wine glass that he picked up in the hand to you that they had set in front of him.
I thank you, friend, but no.
I am. Locke is gonna be like, I'm a bit worried about this.
Well, of course, a random village surrounded by, in a much more hushed town, a entire village surrounded by darkness with more possessions, much more weighty than one might seem to have. And a so-called teacher to save them from the darkness? Of course, that's going to be suspicious somehow.
The teacher has spoken of heroes who would come from the sky and save their world. But they haven't exactly said how we're supposed to do this. And
oh, you spoke to the teacher?
No. The teacher has yet to appear. That's why I was sitting here waiting. I believe the teacher is supposed to come.
Well, how long have you been sitting here?
Locke looks up at the sky as if to gauge where the sun's at. And it goes, I don't know. He's good. Your race is mortal, yes.
All races are mortal, but tieflings are more. Yeah.
More mortal than others.
like you don't. That is very offensive to ask a young man.
That was out of character.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was Matt.
Okay, yeah. Tieflings are more.
This guy realized that he has no way to measure time currently, and then be like, I don't know. Time feels different. Without being able to tell exactly where the sun's at.
We've been here for maybe 2 hours.
Oh. Okay then. Felt like 5 minutes.
Oh joy. I guess Olhas will just kind of rest a hand on the table and just watch the festivities happen. Gauging everybody and looking especially at the arm.
Fair enough. I need you both to make me wisdom checks.
Both including Sarah and him? Or
Yeah,
me?
him and Sarah.
Alright.
If Sarah's not at her sheet, I have given you access, Greg.
Thank you. Sarah, are you here? She is not. Oh, what is that raccoon? That's, doggone it, I can't think of the actual name of it.
Mako from Pocahontas.
Yeah, I knew it was Pocahontas, but Mako! Okay, there's that.
Yes, just a basic wisdom check.
Yep. Okay, it's gonna be. That's for me. Ugh. Dice.
Okay.
Lemons.
I asked for a wisdom check that was made, so we're good there. Both of you, as Rabbit had earlier, as you're looking at the spoils on the table before you, it occurs to you that you probably haven't eaten in about 24 hours, but you're not feeling hungry or thirsty.
Feeling thirsty?
I said not feeling hungry or thirsty. The lack of nourishment or hydration from the last 24 hours does not seem to be bothering you.
Interesting.
Very interesting. I'm not even gonna touch anything other than the table.
Yeah, like I'm not touching that food.
I'm not touching the goblet or a fork. Just nothing.
Oh. Didn't realize they were all high and mighty in health. I said
Ah,
I'd like to use the sending stone.
Okay, you may use your 125-word shot.
Let's see if I'm correctly. We know you as Raven.
yes.
Okay. Raven, what's your location? I am on the other side of a large circular tent.
It's only to the other sending stone in all hospitals.
Yeah, you can only go to the person who has it.
Still stands.
can send a message back.
You may do a 25-word response, yes.
He'll kind of lazily turn back around, take the hand off, and kind of rub his hands together as if in contemplation. This is Olhas. We are at the bonfire in the middle. Guards know you're cool. I can meet at front. Be safe, you fool. If anyone's attending to them, Olhas will say, if you excuse me, I'm going to seat to something real quick.
People are constantly attending to you. Again, they're making offerings to you. They're bringing more refreshments, asking if you need anything. Always bowed, hunched, refusing to make eye contact. As before, again, a lot of them look dirty and sickly.
I could not have a servant constantly looking down.
Gonna note that for later to take care of in a minute, but he will make his way back up front to the gate to let that fool back in.
I had been considering what to do with the sickly people, and then I was like, no, they're already worshiping us. The last thing we need to do is start healing people and like extend healings.
But yes, Olhas will make his way back up to the front and kind of just wait.
Okay, Triss, this is my intended path because I'm trying to keep the cover.
Are you doing it at a slow pace, quick pace?
Slow pace. I prefer to be seen by my ally first and not these guys.
Okay. You're going to be trying to slip past, again, a large quadrant of guards that are basically going from tent to tent, kicking in the tents and, pointing spears or crossbows inside, shoving civilians out of the way, trying to find you.
Okay.
Perhaps we can call off that hunt.
You want to make me a stealth check?
No, I mean yes.
Perhaps call off that hunt, please.
Okay, I'm trying to keep on the outside, and keep
If we
objects.
confirm it's your friend, we'll call it off. But, considering what else is lurking out there, we can't be too careful.
Perfectly understandable.
Okay, not the worst roll.
Okay. You are not spotted. You don't think you're spotted directly, but you do hear several shouts. When you move from across some of these areas, and the circle seems to be tightening by the time you make it to Olhas. You probably have the equivalent of one round to figure out how to not get shot.
Oh, when you said the circle was tightening, I didn't think I was actually accosted yet.
You have not been accosted yet, but it sounds like they know enough to be closing in on you quickly. I.e., you did not make the DC, but you were able to, since you were covering such a small distance,
Okay.
they're basically right on your tail, hence why you have the effect of one round.
Okay. In which case, I'd like to make my way over to Olhas.
The guards by Olhas again, raise their weapons. The guys on the wall raise their weapons. Like, there it is!
Easy.
They wait until you enter the light, so the light of the torches by the guard post there, so that Olhas can confirm that you are who they say you are.
Oh,
well, considering the tiefling is, a tiefling, I imagine occasionally we would use a particular disguise to go into town and be, less terrifying.
Giant hats.
Because they knew you.
So,
In Night Tokyo, you didn't run into this problem because they knew you.
I think it was very accepting.
Sagi Yojimbo.
Yeah, I would say Night Tokyo, it's like, okay, that's a horned guy. He might be bad, but we know this one, so he's probably fine.
You're one of the good ones.
Fair enough. I'm one of the whole. Well, what can I say? I'm only all the time.
Not to say that you didn't necessarily have a disguise that you needed sometimes, but at least within your city, it was not a problem.
Tieflander forever.
So yes, at least approach the catfolk and bring out the sending stone.
I also have this injury on my back.
That's it. He's sopping wet, dirtied, bruised, covered in swamp mud. You're pretty sure he's bleeding, and if you can see, when you get a look at his back, there's burn marks, as well as several crossbow bolts sticking out of it.
He'll pull out the sending stone and kind of give a knowing look of present wounds.
But get him back with the others.
I've had a wonderful day. How's yours?
Do you have your stone?
Did anyone ever tell you you
Yes.
look like a drowned rat right now?
You're still at the table.
Yes,
They haven't gotten back to you yet.
I do.
So Oliver does bring out the stone.
He'll confirm that he has it.
I'll be right back. On YouTube, discuss.
What are we? He'll go to his back. Like, what are we going to do? Come on, let's get you to the table so we can get these moved and healed. Oh, is that gunpowder on your fur?
It certainly smells like it.
Come on. He'll offer a shoulder and help. He's good. He'll call to the guards. And then assist Oliver back to the warm fire to help warm and heal this poor sod.
As soon as I see him, I'm like, what'd you do? Swim here?
Yep. Yep.
Waka's gonna look and go, oh, they were shooting at you. Okay.
The guards, as they escort you back to the table, look at Locke, and like, next time keep a better eye on your friends. We wouldn't want any accidents, especially with the great.
Especially with the great sorry you broke up.
Chosen Kami.
Oh.
Well, come here. Let me fix you up.
Yeah. Should get a medical defense back. It was weird. As a little assist, since it sounds like Anima is going to be doing the healing.
No, I'm gonna cure his wounds, but as I do, she's gonna slap the wound, and as she cures,
What level?
how badly injured is he?
I'm at 32 of 50.
So, banged up, but not too bad, probably.
It's 1d8 plus wisdom.
So we'll up it one level.
Okay, so that's a third level.
And what?
Yeah, she's slapping the
She's
wound.
slapping him and using cure wounds with the slap.
Oh.
I will also need a drain check from you.
Someone can roll that, please. I'm dead.
So 1d20 plus 1d10 plus her wisdom.
1d20 plus a d6, you said?
Yeah, d6.
6. Rolling 20. Okay. Plus wisdom, our wisdom is 3.
Okay, no drain.
What's the actual health, though? I didn't see a roll for that.
They have not rolled the heal yet.
Okay.
What level did you cast it at?
She cast it at second level, so it'll be 2d8 plus her wisdom modifier.
8 plus 3. Oh.
So 6.
Ah. Doggone.
Really, Greg?
He used roll 20.
Yeah, I'm good enough. I'm good enough.
Right.
Though I will assist.
You'll have to use the potion for the rest, dearie. Sorry.
Okay. I can
Your
see.
God isn't too kind for certain wounds.
I can assist with the rest. Olhas will first off cast guidance on himself to get D4 for taking out the crossbow bolts.
Okay.
I believe that's heal check.
That'll be a medicine check, yeah.
Oh, we're taking that already. My bad.
Now it's in medicine. Hey.
Alright, I'm AFK. I'm at my destination where I'm gonna lose signal. So, I'll be back as soon as I can. Have fun, Greg. Enjoy
We'll
sex.
try.
That is all I Okay, bye.
Okay, yeah, they come out no problem.
As part of that, he will do lay on hands. Let's see. I get all my stuff back. I get 10. I'll throw on 5 onto you.
Okay.
And so heal 5. And while I'm doing that, he'll be slowly chanting. Essentially the tenets of the Paladin of Ancients.
The peasants around are watching in awe as you're laying, this healing power upon him.
Blessed be the lights for my guidance. Yeah, just stuff like that.
Yes, 134.
We can hear you.
Okay. Y'all weren't talking.
Yeah, we were waiting as David got his health, got health back. I wasn't sure if there was gonna be any more discussion.
Locke will look over and be like, I think that. Okay, Locke will look over and then start briefing everyone and be like, okay, you people, gesturing to the live peasants bringing stuff and setting it on the table. These people say which the Locke's going to look at everything and be like, it'd be mildly ironic considering the fact that we just fought a version of the Sini. It's like he's just starting to put it all together.
Well, there's coincidence, there's irony, and then there's fate. Who knows, it could be a mix of both. But I really want to meet this sage before we say anything. Those guards.
I've been waiting for him, by y'all's count, probably at least an hour and a half.
He's probably a busy man.
Locke's going to
With
pause
sup-
and then be
with
like,
support.
sorry, looking around
No, you're good.
the gaudiness of everything, he's going to say, or a very vain one, thinking about the fact that it takes him an hour to get ready for missions.
Well,
Yeah.
especially and a much more whispered tone to theirs, especially considering when his supposed chosen ones have come.
Hmm.
Well, Locke will look to the guards and be like, how much longer? Are you before this guy's ready?
He'll come when he comes. He's, probably still recovering from the ceremony, but, that occurred before the Skyfall last night.
The
Skyfall.
ceremony?
Yes, we were praying for a star fell from the heavens. We are presuming, based on what you said, that was your arrival. Certainly heralded it.
Cheers.
What does he have to recover from if it would just pray?
I don't know what, it is not my place to question, how he talks to God. All I know is that it seems to be taxing for him.
Everyone should question how people talk to deities.
Hey, that's fun.
If you weren't the chosen one, I'd kill you for that blasphemy.
Were you not the chosen one? Were it not for the laws of these lands, I would have killed you. Easy. No, all hustlers isn't easy. Back to both. We're all high strung. The last day or so has been fairly taxing, I imagine, for all. You all mentioned creatures of darkness.
I.
Would they happen to have looked using prestidigitation? Using prestidigitation, he'll conjure up a small hand. Well, actually, since it's used artifacts here, use. You know what? A holocron, essentially to kind of weave a picture or a small caricature of what the heartless would look like.
That was some of them. They come in all shapes and sizes and forms. Overran the cities, slaughtered the kingdoms. The sage was able to gather the last remnants of our world here in this camp. And, via his powers and his prayers, seems to be able to keep them outside the walls.
An entire world, you say?
He gestures out towards the darkness, like, yeah, the black, it's consumed the world. You go more than a couple miles out, and there's just nothing. And even what you can still see is obviously dying.
Knowing what Olhas does about the Heartless and all this, how much level of quote-unquote corruption would the planet have to be in to reach this stage? Or, if that makes sense.
Make me a religion check.
Religion? Probably that's stupid.
Okay.
Tempted to throw in guidance on that, but
What you've heard is only in, like, story, like myth and legend or rumor. And from what you've heard in that sort of situation, this type of situation does not normally occur with the Heartless. Usually when they consume a world, it is fast, it is efficient, they are like a wave. So to see a situation like this, where you have effectively a pocket of safety, it's like, based on what this guy is telling you and the looking around at what you saw, indicating this has been going on for a while, this is not normal. But at this level of corruption, this is normally like, end stage level stuff. This is, how the world would look right before it winks out. But again, that normally happens over the course of like a matter of hours. And this looks like it's been going much longer than that.
okay. So, if it is true, then in the case of conjecture, for lack of a better phrasing, Olhaus can figure that hypothetically the sage is doing something, or some force is doing something to keep this particular area out from the darkness, yes?
That is a fair conjecture that, some great power is seemingly keeping the Heartless in check, as they are not known for, as they are, feral and primal, they're not exactly known for, trying new methods.
Subtlety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just charging like a beast and doing it. Fair enough. How long has this sage been holding this up, by chance?
Well, let's see. He would have a better idea of that than I, of course, but I know the initial invasion itself was weeks ago.
At the mention of weeks, his eyes will just go wide. Okay.
And at that point, you'll hear a voice coming out from the large tent to your north there. I was like, I think I can take it from here. And the tent flap parts. An old, appears to be rough, mostly human man, well-trimmed, bald, well-trimmed goatee, long, flowing, like priestly robes. He seems to be, kind of in, dark, varying shades of gray. Seems to be leaning fairly heavily on a large oaken staff. Pale skin. Circling up just above his head seems to be a almost a halo of like star points. And the guards, will bow and take a step back as he approaches. He'll come within about 5-10 feet of you guys, just other side of the campfire, the bonfire there, and, bow at, leaning heavily on his staff.
Salutations.
Greetings. I believe you're the chosen ones I've heard of. I am the sage Zalvanok. It is my great pleasure to meet you.
I would say the same, but I have no idea who you are.
Yeah, something.
Well, I mean, yes, but
The teacher and sage of this fine settlement.
And the last bastion of decency and purity, it seems. I am, he who, tries to lead these people out of sin and save what remains of our world.
Alrighty. Locke is gonna be like, okay. So, how did you know of heroes coming, and why do you think we are the heroes? And what's that? He's gonna point at the obelisk.
Well, I've known that some hero would come, in our time of need, as that is the prophecy. I tried warning the people that, the end times were upon them because of their sins and excess, but nobody believed me. And that's when the darkness came. That, he gestures towards the obelisk, is the sign of, their sin and excess. It is a symbol of testing and the portent of change. It shows them, what did they face should they not improve themselves. People are so petty, small-minded, and the darkness is how the gods will cleanse the wicked from the divine, and we will move on to the next life.
Oh no! Oh no!
That is, of course, unless, the chosen ones are able to defy fate and beat back the darkness. In which case, those who survive that trial will have proven themselves worthy of restarting civilization.
Locke is going to, stop himself from laughing.
Okay.
These are the days of the final test. And while we pray for either, salvation or whatever comes next, it is up to you to figure out which path the world takes. At least if the prophecies are to be believed, of course.
These prophecies you speak of, where did you get them from?
They come from many sources. Some are in the great holy books. Others, came from the gestures, to the, the sky, beyond itself.
Nice and big. Locke is going to look over at the rest of the group and be like, this all is very much over my head.
This is a blood on our heads. But tell me, out of character, what was his name again?
Zolvanak.
Zolvanak, yes. I was thinking Zashalin, I was like, no, that's wrong. Zolvanak. Well, it seems like we need to go and take a look at the symbol and representation of sin. I'll look over to Ophas.
Yes, thanks.
I prefer you say that.
Zolvanak.
There's like an R there.
Yeah, Zarl.
Zarl.
Vanak. Just imagine you're a Mortal Kombat announcer. It makes saying it easier.
Move, Cybok wins.
Zolfernok wins.
Fatality. But yeah. So Olimer said to show us the signs of sin. He said, yeah.
Oh, obviously, we need to take a look at the sign of sin and see how we can deal with it.
See if gods may guide us to another path. Okay. So,
Then
we will see what we can do from there.
I don't know what more you can learn in 3 weeks, but if you wish to examine it, you can, I suppose.
Please.
I do feel your time might be better spent elsewhere, perhaps in the ruins of Junketsuna. Stirrings were, that at least the ones I've heard about.
Okay. Tsunami.
Then might I recommend we heed Sage Zolfenok's wisdom.
Wait, what was that?
I suggest we heed his wisdom and investigate Junketsuna, since the Pillar of Sin has been most investigated by these people.
Can I make an OOC comment here?
I believe so.
As long as keep in mind, it is by nature out of character.
Oh yes, I know. I'm making this completely out of character. This guy's name is literally a anagram for Lock Raveno X.
Is it now?
Yeah, it is.
If only we could have him spell it out. Your ID, good sir.
I know. I'm like sitting here. Matt is having a hard time having a moment in character because I saw it spelled out.
Well,
That's why I really didn't want to spell it, because that immediately gives away the game.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean,
What did I miss?
Well, you actually, like, Chiss, you didn't have to spell it out. I was going to type it out in my own way, but then I'm like, the shit was that?
Now, okay.
Yeah, I just wanted everyone else to be as scarred by that as I was. Okay.
But you've broken the meta. That is
What did
not
I
cool.
miss?
Okay, so we met the sage guy.
Other than apparently meta.
Yep, you got sage advice.
We will get there. So Sage talks to us. Apparently, we also gathered a few things while we were waiting for them. One, when the Heartless take over a world, it's usually very quick, in a couple of hours. For some reason, this world has not been taken completely, and has been holding off for weeks. So that's supposedly because of the Sage. Supposedly. Secondly, or thirdly rather, the Sage himself said that, in his own words, the blackness came because of their sins of excess, and the obelisk is a sign of their excess. we were going to examine it, but he's trying to dissuade us from not doing that, and instead to check out the ruins of a Jinketsu Na. As we missed.
Yep. If you want to chime in, you
we're
certainly
doing
can.
that after this. At least I am.
Yeah, however, it's the whole thing of I already kind of knew something was up with the obelisk since he's trying to dissuade us. And
Supposed to pretend that we're.
well, we apparently are choosing.
His player knowledge is like, no, it's totally the obelisk.
I don't know.
That's my first thought too.
Player knowledge just broke Matt, so
You're welcome. I did it.
and I was like, there was part of me that was like, I shouldn't tell anyone. But then I'm like, I can't. It
Yes, you can.
it's right there.
Well, to be fair, Vixen was right there too, and nobody realized that was an anagram for Vicini. So.
Yeah, Vicini's a much easier mixed name.
Yeah, I had a much better.
Say again, you broke off.
I said he had a much better name before Matt changed his name, and I had to redo the anagram.
Anyways,
Well,
so.
You could have used the old name.
Anyways, to the plot. Anyways, back to plot. So, we're trying to go to the obelisk, and he's saying it has been overly investigated. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
As he was saying that they'd been studying it since it appeared 3 weeks ago. Yes.
Well, we are the
Well.
chosen ones.
And of course,
Thus, we have been granted the special. She'll look over at the special.
a new pair, perhaps a new pair of eyes can bring something new
Yes.
to the conversation.
Indeed.
Been granted a new perspective.
And as I said, you may. I'm just not sure what else you would discover that we have not already.
Mm-hmm. But we will also probably investigate these ruins. We thank you for your advice.
Just be aware, beyond these walls, it is very dangerous. Creatures of darkness roam everywhere. The world itself is tearing itself apart. Earthquakes, happen every few hours.
And speaking of, how have you been fighting back this darkness, if I might ask?
I've been leading the people in prayer. They've been atoning, and that atonement seems to keep them away from the walls. As long as the people remain pure, the darkness will not enter.
The strong
He's
hearts.
totally pulling a Yasha melon and turning people into peaches.
What?
There was a villain in Inuyasha who was trying to create elixir of immortality, and he did this by getting people to reach enlightenment, and then planting their bodies in a tree so that their pure souls would grow into fruit.
Japan, what the fuck?
Apparently it's a Buddhist thing. Or is it Tao? Either way. It's weird. It's Asia.
Asia's weird, man. So, let's see what's up to the obelisk, and then we'll make our way. If we might. Are we agreed? And
I'll have the town guard escort you there. For your own safety, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
And he'll bow, cough a little bit, and weakly make his way back to his tent.
I'm an old man, pay no attention to me.
And you are left alone with the guards. and the people still dumping swag on the table. Though they seem to be eyeing you suspiciously now that you're not eating the food that they've worked so hard to provide and could be feeding their families that nobody's touching.
God damn, I'm gonna take a bite.
Make Constitution save. No, it's fine. It tastes like food.
No. Locke is going to look to the villagers and be like, bring your families, come join us in this feast.
I was like, we couldn't. That would be profaning the offerings.
We are inviting...
It is not profane when we offer them to you.
They seem hesitant, but, first, like a small child comes up, tries the food, doesn't burst into flames, so other people try it.
Enjoy the feast for me. To share and spread to it.
Somebody make me a persuasion check.
Not me.
Say, for whoever's trying to convince them to eat, make a persuasion check.
I shall.
Oh, that's so nice, Greg.
Roll with what? Roll what, Sarah?
Persuasion.
Or one of you can roll with advantage.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, you can do it.
Alright, so with advantage?
If you are doing it as a group, it is with advantage, yes.
Advantage! Okay.
Advantage applies to both the d20 and the proficiency die, by the way.
D20 plus proficiency?
Yeah, and the advantage applies to the proficiency as well. So you take the best roll in the d20 and the best roll in the proficiency.
Ooh, okay. Actually, I need to fix that. So D3. 3, okay, so...
Did Greg just get really quiet?
No, he's just mathing.
Food!
Okay. The people will sit down and eat and, be seemingly actually happy for once. The guards don't seem too thrilled with you sharing the offerings with the people, but they're not saying anything.
Also, Amelia, I think you were leaning too much into it.
I will make sandwiches and hand it to the guards and not stop offering until they take it, and I will use power of cuteness.
Okay.
But, yes, to the obelisk. To the sign of sin.
Da-da-da.
Of sin and excess.
Okay.
I am your sign.
At least it's not the sodomy.
Also, Sarah, you said you cast disguise on me, right? Was it disguise self by chance? Because I don't see you disguise.
Might be disguise self. It's disguise spell. It doesn't have to be yourself from what I remember.
It's called disguise. The spell is disguise self. Disguise self. It doesn't work on other people.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nope.
No.
Oh. Still. Unless I give Amanda back, then totally would.
Well, what you said is what got you through the gate, not how he looked. So.
I give Amanda back.
I'm your happy-go-lucky tiefling. Just trying to spread love around, love and light. Love, live, laugh.
when you are ready, the guards will lead you up the hill to the obelisk. It's a giant gray black device, roughly 30 meters tall. You know, they tell you it was roughly 30 meters tall when it first appeared, but is now more than 100 meters, you know, reaching towards the sky. 1 second. David, you're on food duty.
Okay.
Okay. Now more than 100 meters, reaching into the sky. The material is covered with thousands of spidery runes, covering every inch of the obelisk in what appear to be random shapes and patterns. They appear in larger and smaller versions, inverted, parallel, just gibberish all over this thing.
What do you think would happen if we tried to destroy it?
I imagine they've already tried. Have you? Have you tried destroying this
Possibly.
thing?
I can't be the only one who got a bad vibe off the priest fight.
I don't speak not so loud.
When it first appeared, the wizard, you know, our greatest mages and wizards and alchemists tried to attack it, you know, before they were killed by the darkness.
I imagine not even chipping it.
Nope. If anything, it seemed to feed on their efforts. There was no blasts, no explosion. They just, you know, seemingly swallowed by the device.
When has it grown?
It seems to get larger with every quake.
How often do these quakes happen?
Yeah, the quake starts to shake the earth.
It varied. They were fairly infrequent at first, but you know, as times progress, they've gotten, you know, more frequent. The last one was, you know, just before your star fell from the heavens. So, there have been roughly, since this started, probably about 50 or so.
50. Just for shiggle's sake, divine sense.
Divine sense. That's a paladin thing, right?
Yep. I don't know if it would, because I know it doesn't specifically detect evil or anything like that, but the presence of strong evil registers on your senses.
As an action, you can open your awareness to such forces. You know, location a celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover.
Consecrated or desecrated.
Any place or object that has been consecrated or desecrated, as with the hollow spell. Okay.
Yeah, just curious. I don't know if it works how you wish to work.
You are not detecting any creatures within the radius, but the obelisk itself does seem to be, you know, putting out something akin to desecration. But I believe that would be the case.
Yeah, completely fair for what it does, for what the sense does. Yeah, completely fair.
Yeah, it's not the same as if it had been hollowed, but it is that kind of feel.
No, same different spell, same vibe, similar vibe.
Or possibly it used hollow as a base and built upon it or something. You're not entirely sure, but it seems to be in the same family.
Yeah, it's in the same spell frame. Okay.
Yeah.
I can look at it. Able to happen to be able to read the neon words, would I?
What languages do you have?
Common and Infernal.
Then no.
Okay.
Can I read any of them?
What languages do you have?
I have Common and currently whatever Sierra's language is,
So primordial, I think.
and the Fey language.
I think that's Sylvan. So no.
I have. Scrolling. I have. Oh yeah, I just have Common and Sylvan. I forget I only have 2 in this game.
Okay. So yep, not a clue.
Can we tell what language it is?
Nope.
Okay. So with all this and the knowledge that it is hypothetically linked to the Heartless.
Can we roll for it?
Roll what? No, you roll for what?
Try.
The language, insight, history.
You can attempt an Arcana or Religion, I guess.
And while they do that, I would like to make a check to see within the stories that I've been told if there's anything specific, like how this is linked to the Heartless or how it acts or anything like that, if I may.
Yes, you may attempt a Religion check for that.
Okay. See if it even has a place in this.
Sarah, you have no idea what language it could even remotely be. Auhas, you have no idea, considering the Heartless aren't exactly known for using machines, or structures, or anything like that. This is...
So this is completely different. Okay. This is some kind of engineered fact. Okay.
It's either engineered or possibly created, but whatever it is, it's obviously made in some, somebody had to take the time to shape this and craft this, which is not what the Heartless are known for.
Okay, I'll wait till next time to ask them the question.
Never mind.
Okay. So, with the fact that apparently it is indeed somebody had to create it, well, I think that's what Amelia.
However,
I
I will let the party make an intelligence check.
Ooh.
Was it?
I rolled a total of 8. I rolled really high for all the other rolls I rolled for this time.
Locke, you making one?
Sorry, what was the roll?
Intelligence?
Intelligence.
So I guess that's a good thing, as I am a raccoon.
Okay. Locke and The two of you, Locke and Alamar, the two of you recall that one of these structures did before your world was consumed.
I'm sorry. Again,
I think it was that you said that you do recall that an obelisk hit Neo Tokyo before it was consumed.
Yes, it erupted
Yeah.
from the water and flipped your boat.
yeah.
Well, that was Swift and this isn't. What's the difference?
Well,
Did 7 people say something about some form of a ritual that they had performed?
this is true. That's all. This is also hypothetically the same thing that flipped us over. Hypothetically. So they're connected.
Well,
Hypothetically speaking, that is.
Well, and if this thing is here, and with all the descriptions going on around, that means that those minnows, those copies might be here.
quite possible.
Well, either way, I don't think we are going to gain any other information besides from here. And what do we? I'm not saying anyone can read it.
It says doom will befall us all.
Is it written in Undercommon? Is it using these symbols of Thieves' Cant?
No.
That'd be hilarious. Okay, I didn't think so. I figured I'd ask.
The almighty thieves collect thieves.
Wait, hold on. I think I'm getting something. If you're reading this, you are too close.
Actually, I would. When you said there were spider-like runes, if I heard that right, yes.
Yeah, there are runes covering this thing. They're moving. They're very spider, small, skittery and spidery-like.
They don't have 8 legs, though, right?
No, they're glyphs.
Okay, but
Taking
not
a closer look, and speaking as an artificer, do I know if this is more of the arcane nature or of a more manufactured nature?
Make me a intelligence check with proficiency.
I will use guidance. D4.
They do guidance as well.
Yep. I mean, it's an easy way of just like in the middle of these conversations, just being like.
You can't stack guidance. You can only benefit from one guidance.
Yeah, well, when it's one on yourself.
Yeah.
It's,
That said,
pretty cool.
that from what you can tell, it seems to be manufactured or engineered, but there is definitely a strong magic component as well. You would hazard to say it's something akin to Magitech, kind of like what you did with your companion.
Okay. So it's a facility. It's a similar enough idea. Okay.
In other words, evil version of you like.
That's meta. Not thinking about it.
That might not actually be metal.
It
I mean,
don't want to think about it. Anyways, moving on. Moving on. So, but us will let the party know that it is similar to magic tech, what he does with Rook, but on a much obviously grander scale, and obviously deformed. Other than that, I don't know anything else about it.
Well, the sage did mention Junketsuna.
With that roll and what the guard told you, you can also deduce that whatever this thing is, it seems to be designed to either absorb or be a conduit.
So, hypothetically, so it's a conduit of probably magical energy. Does that suffice to say?
Possibly, yes. It certainly seems capable of taking in magic.
And the fact that they were using a ritual, all Hans will say on that, okay, so hypothetical theory that we're running with. The 7 that were there are hypothetically actually using this, according to the obelisk, as a jump-off point, almost. Hypothetically, or a bridge, almost. They move hypothetically from, if this is also not only the only goal that they're going after, they keep hopping obelisk to obelisk to constantly move the wave. Hypothetically, of course.
possible.
That's just a theory, though. I don't know. Without knowing anything, without ripping it apart and seeing what's on the inside, I can't really say.
I'm not about to touch this, so... Hypothetically, if they're using these as conduits, if you kill the person who cast the spell, you can possibly stop it. Or at least stop them from casting whatever spell. This is... that. So... maybe they're nearby castle. Find the center with these earthquakes. Maybe we can find them and stuff. And then we can all go back to Tokyo and I can never get on the water again.
It would be nice to go home, wouldn't it?
Fate is never so... Life is never so simple as that, my friends.
Well,
Don't talk to me about the simplicities of life.
I, for one, can't sense the nuances of magic if there is a ritual going on. How would we go about detecting it?
Well, generally you look for the people with the pointy hats and the,
That's classist. Not every wizard is evil. Such as every tiefling isn't evil. Thank you very much.
that fact still stands to be proven.
I've met plenty of tieflings that are not evil. Wizards, depends.
I say that in jest.
yes, madam. Yes. So, by the sound of it, we're gonna go to Jinketsu. Jinketsu ka? Jinketsu na?
Jinkitsu na.
Junketsu na.
Jinketsu na? Jinketsu ka?
Yeah, if that is allegedly the source, we might be able to find. If that's allegedly the source, we might be able to find something there. If not, we can always. I don't know. See if we can find maybe a air ship, since there was nothing else in the swamp like what we came in on.
Do we know that our ship flies yet?
You've only seen it on the water and falling, so... Though you do know it's a Spelljammer vessel, so...
Olhas did tell you it was a Spelljammer, so hypothetically it can fly, but if it can't fly yet, we don't know.
Okay.
Probably see if they have something we can fix, I'm sure.
They barely have
Well,
enough to keep themselves afloat.
Actually, it's actually repairing itself.
Wow.
Oh, it's,
It's like it's under a mending spell or something.
Don't we also have the option of taking all these people away if it is a spell boat?
Hypothetically, but that would depend on how many people there are. Trying to get handle it.
well, I
Allow me
mean,
to repair it.
we have that new magic bag, right? We can stick them all in the bag.
I don't think
That's
he's
not
thinking.
how that. But
Yeah, I
that,
don't think it works that way.
people die in the bags.
Well, from when I was looking around the dust streaker, I was guessing it can carry about 20 passengers. Though, if the cargo hold isn't really needed, we can throw people in there.
Like, we're going to carry that many people, we're going to need... There's thousands of people in this town. Like,
Are there?
3
Are
or
there
4.
thousands?
Yeah, the map doesn't show it very well because it's only showing you a portion. But as you were going through the town, there were several thousand people there.
Okay, that's not an option then. Okay.
Okay, yeah. Olhas would have been like, I know shipwreck, but no, we wouldn't be able to fix it. Even if we had a man of war, we wouldn't be able to.
That's why I was suggesting the bag of holding. Because Locke's like, oh, well, in that case, we can get 1,000 people in a bag.
Actually, a bag of holding would only hold like 4 people because it has a 500-pound limit.
Oh,
Yeah, and even then they wouldn't be able to breathe.
Well, I guess we're going onward to the ruins.
Do you know where the ruins are?
Well, don't we have that
well,
escort?
we've got the guards.
You've got the guards who escorted you to the obelisk, yes.
Do they
No,
not?
they're not.
Do they not know where the ruins are?
We know where the ruins are, but our mission is to only escort you within the confines of the village.
Oh, of course.
Oh.
Can you just point us in the direction of that?
Point out kind of in the direction of where you're pretty sure, because it's kind of hard to tell from here due to all the darkness, but you're pretty sure he's pointing back the way you came back towards the ship.
Convenient.
Though that could just be because that's the only road you've seen.
That's right.
Oh,
So, just to ensure your meaning, friend, you mean straight that way?
I mean, follow the road. Yes,
Follow-
that was the King's Highway. It will take you, basically everywhere.
So follow the road. Got it. Well, thank you. Inform your sage that we shall do what we can and do what you can.
That I will, my lord. And assuming you are leaving, they will escort you to the gate.
Okay.
Where do you wish to proceed from here?
perhaps we should proceed back to the ship and, our fellow comrades know what's going on?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, because either way, it would also give us time to be on quote unquote safe land and to conjecture on relative safety.
I'm not sure what more we can really deliberate on without maps.
Maybe try to take one more long rest for papers before we go.
Yes.
What?
Perhaps the
Ha. I've had worse than this.
but where would maps exactly get us though in a land of darkness?
Just give us in a world of darkness. Even in the darkest, like as long as you've got a torch, you can see a map.
Well, yes, you can see a map as well as good, but you also need land. You also need to see escapes, and other points of interest to let you know where you are. Though, admittedly, if you do come across it, you would know. But that's if you see it.
Amelia,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything you can do to get a bird's eye view?
You think I can fly?
I think you might be able to see through the wind.
See through the wind. I'm not a druid.
Hey, we're all
That's racist. I am not a druid.
Is that racist or classist?
Well, my line of thought is if he's assuming I'm a creature of the forest, thus I'm a druid. Ergo, racist.
No, David was assuming you had levels in Druid.
No. I am a bard cleric. That's it.
The only person with levels in Druid is
Sierra.
not here.
Yep.
Ah. Because I thought there was a Druid in the party. And apparently there is, you're just not it.
I can, however, apparently, whatever T means, fly once a day.
That's from your Tanuki.
Yes, I can fly. However. So I could get us a bird eye view this one time.
Impeding you. Listen, unless we can penetrate this darkness, then we should inform our friends and then head on to the location.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. They also might be getting worried about us. So, might as well let them know we're not dead. It's always a good thing to do that. Hey, we're not dead. Don't worry. So yes, by the sound of it, make our way back to the ship.
Alright. You are able to trek back to the ship without any problems.
I would like to see, as we're heading out, though, how much of the King's Road we follow until we get off path, if that makes sense.
You want to do what?
When we leave the village and go out towards the road, Alhas would like to see how much of the King's Road we follow and when we veer off the path.
Well, the ship itself, as you follow the road, the ship itself seems to have crashed just off to the side of what appears to be a major crossroads.
Convenient.
You get the feeling, based on the knowledge that this is the King's Road, that this lake was a major oasis and transit hub before the cataclysm.
Catechism.
And judging by the construction, the decent construction of like the fortifications and the bridge and everything in the tent city, or that would seem to indicate that that would be the way station / transit hub.
Okay. All good information to have.
So you have returned to the boat.
Well, I've already voiced my opinion.
Of heading to the place?
Yeah, unless
Oh,
anyone has any other ideas, aside from, of course, informing the people on board our ship.
Well, yeah, either way, probably inform them, let them know of the situation.
Okay.
And also inform them of everything we do know, because knowledge is important.
Okay.
Because by the sign of it, we have to go past the boat anyway.
That is correct. So they are informed. I don't know if there's any party shuffling you want to do, or supplies that you don't have that you may want to pick up.
Let me look at the loot crate. Our loot crate is kind of sparse.
Well, it's only the second quote-unquote area, so
Yeah.
haven't exactly hit any markets or anything like that. Though there is that Waytown village, which hypothetically has supplies down
Oh, it's on the way. We can, of course, go through. I'd suggest that if there's any material components for Amelia, that she might take them from the loot crate.
from the loot crate.
Yeah. Are we really having any
David is looking at those gems for the purposes of resurrection-esque spells.
I mean, I was gonna take some gems, yeah. But I figured the gems.
Well, they're in the loot crate. I assume we don't have the loot crate on us.
Probably should take it. Probably should at least take precaution.
Oh, I was going to. I was just trying to put the screen sheet real quick. Unless someone complains, I wouldn't mind taking the grater. I wish we had a mana potion. Let's see, how many are there in our party? 6?
Technically.
7, yeah.
Right, well, I'm only taking 4 gems, so you guys can only die 4 times.
That's a rather dark take on things.
Well, I can only do the spell so many times in a day anyway.
Even by my standards.
Well, again, I can only bring you back so many times. I have a limit.
Okay, so we ready?
Sounds like it.
I believe so.
Huzzah!
You climb down off the boat, make your way into the darkness. You travel for maybe 20 minutes or so. And suddenly the ground begins to shake. The earth begins to crack. And morphing up out of the ground
Is it back, eh?
unlike before, however, these Heartless seem to be different. The smaller, shadowy types seem to have taken on almost spider-like appearance. Little shadowy mandibles on their front. Their normal, two little arms having, kind of split into, like, 8 larger, like, spear-pointed, appendages.
They're evolving!
The big ones rising up out of the ground seem to be almost damp and oozing, like like the drowned dead. And the one off to the side, looks really haggard, seems to be shuffling in a manner very familiar to Alamar.
Yeah.
Seems to be shuffling in a manner familiar to Alamar.
And very zombie-like, awkward, disjointed fashion.
Oh.
And occasionally it even seems to almost glitch or skip in the movements. They like it dropped frames.
Ah, screw this.
Quick, somebody blow on the disc. We need to clean it.
I need everyone to make a save versus fear.
Will save?
I believe, Matt, you have phobia. That's wisdom, right?
Phobia.
Somebody just threw a spell?
Wisdom saving throw 13.
Okay, so yes, I will need everybody to make wisdom saves versus fear, as these creatures seem to be drawing or personifying, as it were, your fears, be it arachnids or drowning or the undead. Wisdom, yeah.
I has best
Oh,
wisdom.
No. Alamar, no.
Alright, I'm not rolling the metal dice anymore. That will be a total of 8.
Fuck.
Wait, saving throw, not. Hold on.
Yeah, this is a saving throw.
Oh, still same number. This is not charisma. It was charisma!
Locke is gonna whisper under his breath, tomorrow I wear my brown pants.
He's smart. He got his brown pants.
Wait, hold on. Hypothetically speaking, hypothetically speaking, I can't shit myself because I haven't eaten in 24 hours. Right?
That is technically true.
Huzzah!
Can people see the initiative tracker?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I know this has been a recurring. Okay, those of you with the status icon, so everybody but Greg,
Ah,
are under the effects of the frightened condition. This means you have a disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight, and you cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear until you get rid of the condition.
I'm running a Pathfinder Guard, or Pathfinder Paladin, because no fear, or something. Or Conquerors, if you Legends.
Spiders. Drown things. Oh. Why did I get out of bed today? That's right. Because I was blasted out of bed.
Okay. Rabin has not rolled initiative yet.
Oh. Initiative.
Is somebody Jaegering Brian, or should I consider him marked?
I just don't have access to a sheet, so I couldn't roll it.
I guess we consider him marked.
Mark mode.
Plus, whatever his initiative thingy is.
You said what?
14 plus whatever his initiative bonus is.
Okay. And what was yours, Matt?
8.
Total?
Yes.
Does anyone want to take control of Brian's sheet who can actually see the sheet so I don't have to be constantly opening it?
You can put, if you put it on my thing, I don't mind doing it.
Well, you said you didn't have access to it, so I wasn't...
Well, I'm
I don't
home.
have access to
Okay.
it either.
Well, if you're actually home, I will turn it over. Amelia... Okay, you should have
I'm
control.
sorry, I just realized I was home because I was typing in the thing.
No. Okay. So, top of the round is Ohas.
Alright. I know how these artless work, so Alhas is first going to.
Thankfully, most of these are super squishy.
Does he have to be hit for rage to work?
No, he uses a bonus action to rage.
But he has to continue to be hit.
Yeah, he has to either be hit or hit something in order to keep it, though.
Okay.
a some-bitch killer.
Guessing that's his axe?
Yeah.
Looks like it, yeah.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. These Heartless are kind of affecting everybody else. Like, see how shaken they are.
Yeah,
Things like that.
it's kind of obvious.
I would like to, if possible, spend a hero point to briefly, for a moment, raise my holy symbol up to the sky. It being where is it?
Have you cast anything? I see your mana's down.
Oh no.
Okay,
Just keep doing that.
you didn't refill it. Okay.
The only thing I've been casting is guidance, and that's cantrip. But yeah, as a hero point, I would like to raise my holy symbol, which is a 7-pointed star.
Okay.
And lack of better phrasing, start chanting one of the O's. Be the light, be a glorious beacon for all who live in despair. Let the light of your joy and courage shine forth in all your deeds. To essentially allow them all to get another chance to conquer their fears.
Before you spend that hero point, I will tell you, they will at the start of their turn, they do get another chance.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily have to do that unless you want to, get them all clear now.
I need to roll for Vicini, don't I?
Yep.
Perhaps give them advantage on the roll then?
Okay.
It was a wisdom, right?
Yep. Wisdom.
Vicini rolled a 7.
So yeah, Vicini's a feared too.
So yes, essentially allow a bit of calm their fears.
Okay. On each of your turns, you will get, when you make your fear saving throw, you will have advantage.
Sweet.
Is that the end or the beginning?
Beginning.
And for bonus action, what can I do? What can I do? I didn't use it on the obelisk.
I was wondering.
I was like, God damn it.
Like, you get that for free.
Yeah. God damn it. I could have done this ritual. Hindsight is 20/20, my dude. I guess the only thing left is bonus action. Let's do. Let's inspire someone. I want to inspire. Bonus action to inspire.
When I talk, it lights a fire in me.
I shall inspire Almar. Think of the songs that will be sung of this day. That will be my action.
Okay. You have your inspiration.
Cool.
Okay, Vicini, it is your turn. I remind you, you may not move closer to them.
Well, I get to roll it.
Yeah, you get your advantage-based wisdom save, but currently you may not move closer.
16. So that's a 19 for Brian.
19, that is enough to beat it. You are no longer afraid and may move freely, though be aware of opportunity attacks.
Well, Vicini's just gonna attack the one south of him then.
The giant one, the giant guy. Okay,
Yeah.
roll to hit.
Oh, there's little guys too. I didn't see that, but yeah, we'll go for the giant guy. And he's going to rage. I don't know what that does.
It increases his damage by 2 points, and that's about it in this case.
Okay. He's gonna hit him with his axe. I don't know if he has multiple attacks. I'm looking. His extra attack. Okay, so he gets 2 attacks twice. Twice. What does Reckless do?
Reckless gives him advantage, but gives them advantage to hit back.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that this round.
Let's not directly shoot them back.
Okay, you 12 and 25?
Mm-hmm.
The 12 misses, but the 25 hits. When you impact it, it rocks back with the blow, and then continues to roll back, slamming out its gut. I need Vicini to make either a strength or dexterity saving throw.
So, strength or dexterity? Or
Yep.
What? So I'll do strength that has bonus or... Are you still wanting us to roll our proficiency and roll 20, or can I roll that with real dice?
Proficiency has to be rolled in roll 20.
So 6 plus 12... 18.
Okay. As it slams its belly out to smack you, Vicini twirls her axe and braces against the belly. She slides back, a couple of feet, but doesn't take any damage, doesn't take any knockback. What she did notice, however, is that her axe seemed to be mostly deflected by the belly fat. It did not seem to take any damage.
That dummy thing.
So it needs magical damage.
Potentially magical damage.
Uh,
Give you more.
And like Amelia's right there, she's watching.
Well, anybody who can see this can make a religion check if they so choose.
Yay!
I'm still afeared. I can't make a thing.
I believe I can make that check.
Being afeared doesn't prevent you from making skill checks. Unless you wanted to.
Well, I mean, like, I know the status condition doesn't say, but...
For shenanigans' sake, you said religion?
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, Locke is probably staring at the spider-looking thing right in front of him, so it's not paying attention to what's going on behind him.
Well, Amelia doesn't know shit, because I rolled a nat 1.
Well, remember, it's not an automatic failure. I still need the total.
I'm looking at the total. Oh, well, a total of 9. The scenes. Let's see, this is a religion, you said?
Yep.
So that's going to be a total of 11.
Okay, Ohas just apparently is your resident Heartless knowledge guy. This particular brand of Heartless is known as a large body. It is immune to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from weapon attacks coming from its front because of its fat.
So hit the side.
So hit it from the side.
Somebody backstab the bitch. Backstab the fat bastard.
It is now the Heartless's turn. Okay.
That's actually very...
Need to roll a d2 for up north, but otherwise... I need defense rolls. Nope, I need to roll one for that too. Okay, so I need 2 defense rolls from Raven and Ohas. And Vicini.
Just Vicini? Okay.
Amelia and Vicini. I need 1 from each of you.
Shoot, so I need to roll twice at disadvantage.
No. Well, yes. Amelia rolls at disadvantage. Vicini does not.
Okay.
What's the defense roll? Just
1d20 plus your armor class bonus. And Ohas, Amelia, and Raven are rolling at disadvantage.
Rolling at disadvantage, you said?
Yep.
Pack tactics?
Yep, pack tactics.
Okay, so first roll. Yeah. And just to purify that.
Oh!
oh, that's not good.
I need 1 more defense roll from you, Matt.
Technically, it's
Okay.
1. Okay. They can still miss.
Well, 1's a guaranteed hit because it's a crit.
Oh yeah, that's right. The one.
Amelia rolled. Oh, David, apparently I need a defense against you also. This has a sweep.
Oh.
Not at disadvantage, though.
There you go, 19.
Okay, you're good. Close, though.
I was surprised when I was like, oh, I don't need to. Okay, cool.
Okay. Raven takes a total of 24 damage, and your strength is temporarily reduced by 3.
Who?
Raven.
Oh.
Ohas, you take 12, and your strength is temporarily reduced by 2. Amelia, you take 5.
Ouch.
addition, the one off to the side there is going to do her shriek thing again.
You said 24 damage or 22 damage?
24 damage, and your strength is temporarily reduced by 3. Okay, yeah, everybody's in range of the whale. The Arabian Heartless screams. I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws.
Did it go through?
That's what I'm saying. There it is. Went through. Oh.
Yep, I'm gonna go down again.
No, you're not.
Not today.
My health bar didn't update. I updated it on my sheet.
Alright.
You said Con, right?
Yep.
The Constitution save is still at disadvantage.
No.
Oh, okay. That's a 14.
Okay, so everybody but David made it.
Hold on,
Yup.
I haven't rolled Brian yet.
Could I add in the inspiration?
I believe you can add the saving throws, yes.
That is a flat 20, Brian. I mean,
Okay, Brian made it.
And what's your inspiration level?
it's a decent.
I'm standing by for confirmation.
Can roll the die to add the number to an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, yes.
14.
Okay. So instead of instantly dying, everyone takes 6 psychic damage.
No.
Ah, this fear is powerful.
It's Brian, right?
No, if you made the save, you take 6 psychic. Mark it off for you, Matt.
There is dude on the step there, right? So, Matt's the lowest HP.
That is it for the Heartless.
Cool, I believe that makes it my turn.
Correct.
Awesome. I will make that will roll.
Polling the players, I can either end at the end of this round, or we can go a little past 11 to try and finish this up real fast.
I don't know if we're gonna finish this up
Yeah, I
fast.
think I'd rather just finish the round.
Okay, well, I know that the shadows die real easy, but yeah, the bigger ones take a little bit more effort, so that's why I was asking, because I could run till 11:30, and we probably can finish this, or I can end at the end of the round.
I think I'd rather have a decent barbarian as opposed to me blundering as a barbarian.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a good choice. Is also with our track record with Heartless, I'm like,
Well-
you say quit. Well,
I did take this into account, but that's why you have more shadows than you do the special types.
fair enough. Fair
Because
point.
in theory, the shadows can be killed in one hit.
Yeah.
Maybe not now that I reduced half you guys' strength rolls, but
Is that enough to resist?
no, you are still afeared.
Okay.
What?
David did not make his fear save. He's still scared.
Damn it.
Even with the 14?
Yep,
Okay.
you just missed it.
So
Look.
it's higher than a regular ogre.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
15 or higher.
Yeah, I will tell you, it's a 15. No. 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 Hmm?
You know what?
Okay.
Hold up. David, would you like it?
Can he use it on me like this?
No, you can only trade cards on your turn, and
Never mind.
Nope.
Just so damn close.
There's probably more of them. Okay, this is what I am doing. I am running the fuck back this way as a bonus action.
you will provoke.
Cool, not a problem. How many?
Just one. Two, so two. And one of them is at disadvantage because pack tactics.
Okay. Well, this is
Okay.
now numbered via Greg's sensible suggestions, so...
Okay, so you evade one. Evade the other. So you take a whopping 3 slashing from their little, spear claw thingies.
Okay, not even registering the hit, I will back the fuck up, rapidly climb this tree, and
Okay, given his size and in relation to Rook and everything, I will give him partial cover.
okay,
I believe you have sharpshooter.
Yep.
So you ignored everything up to 3/4.
Yep.
So that is not an issue.
kills. Okay.
You just barely hit,
Awesome.
and he splatters.
Yeah, I'm not sure if... I know it's irrelevant, I'm just curious if he... No, that's right, this isn't Pathfinder, so yeah, he'd also get sneak attack, but, so...
Yep.
30, he's gone. And I am down...
Do you have a second attack?
An arrow, no I don't.
Okay. Amelia, wisdom save for fear. What?
What was that message?
Unhandled exception for the Microsoft.NET framework.
Ah.
Come on.
This dice box.
Okay, Sarah, it's your turn. I need a fear check, and I need to drop kick Microsoft for .NET framework exception errors.
What?
Windows decided it didn't like my internet for a minute.
Oh. That was almost a nat 20. God damn it.
So
I
yeah.
rolled a 19.
Okay, you are no longer afeared.
Woohoo! Alright, so I already decided my actions before I realized Matt was dying. So
Don't worry about me.
just don't die.
I'll try not to.
Thankfully, one of the spells I was gonna do helps. As it is the bonus action spell. Woohoo! So I guess it automatically I get to decide who it goes to. So here you go, Matt.
Shield of Faith, good call.
Okay, Matt,
Just
you
thinking
get
about that
your
myself.
defense bonus will be increased by 2 for the duration of this fight.
And then I would like to do this.
I forgot that was a bonus.
That's actually on the radar.
No, it's just that I forgot it was. I'm like, ooh, that's right. Just trying to think with. Ooh, nice.
Okay, which 3 creatures?
The fatties, obvious, and the banshee.
Okay. Make your 3 caster checks.
I accidentally closed my sheet. Hold on. It's a d20 plus something, right?
1d20 plus proficiency plus your casting stats. So 1d20 plus proficiency plus wisdom.
So that'd be the spell attack bonus, right?
Effectively, yeah.
Okay. Come on, middle dice. Said 3 times.
Yep.
Come on, roll higher. Okay, so that will be 15 plus 21, and then 15.
So 15, 21, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Which rolls were for which guys?
We'll do the 15s, the fatties, and 21 banshee.
Okay. Good call.
Good call. Good call.
Well, let me take my hero away.
And the cleric casts Bane, and the cleric card casts Bane on the 2 enemies, and yes, she does succeed.
I do.
The D&D played like golf.
Okay.
Level 1 costs what, 2?
Yeah, level 1 costs 2, so you've burned 4.
4.
Shield of Faith is also level 1. And I need 2 drain checks. While you're doing that, Raven, it is your turn to close us out for the night.
Bane,
Alrighty.
6, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, D20 plus D6.
Yeah, 1d20 plus 1d6 plus wisdom. Raven, before you do anything, I need you to make a wisdom save to see if you can break fear.
At advantage.
Yes, at advantage. Okay, you are no longer afraid.
Stupid things. Okay. What's the other thing on me?
That is your defense bonus. Sarah gave you a +2 to defense rolls.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Gonna crossbow. Hold on. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly.
The 1500 is for Amelia, by the way. I just forgot to switch it over.
Don't forget, don't shoot the fatties in the front. They have basically reduction, whatever it is.
Yeah, I need to take an action other than the attack action and cast a spell action. Well, yeah. So much for that plan. I totally destroyed my thing. Right. Okay.
Okay, Sarah, no drain.
Woohoo!
You're just going to do a little bit of this, and I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at the fatty.
Okay, because there's an enemy within 5 feet, you will be at disadvantage for the attack roll. I'd say there should be a tab on your character sheet that just says disadvantage you can tap.
Yes, but what am I? It's a D20 plus a D6.
You should
plus...
just be able to tap Eldritch Blast and it'll roll it for you.
Oh, okay. That works.
And because it's a cantrip, it has no drain.
I know, that's what I'm so excited about now that I've figured out about this drain business.
And you said you're attacking the fat guy?
Yes.
Okay. As you were rolling with disadvantage,
Ooh.
the 12 is the attack, and 12 misses.
If I may, I will say this though: how many bolts can you fire? Because I believe it's
At higher levels, the straight more than one beam, 2 beams at level 5, so you can roll a second attack.
Okay.
So you can try again.
Yeah, Mr. I was like, I can go ahead and use my card and hit it with
If you want.
You guys think it would be worth it though?
Well, you're getting a second attack, so
That's how you you do have a second attack, so you don't necessarily have.
Nice.
Takes a whopping 3
I think
damage.
that one's gonna hit. Granted, it only did a 3.
You got anything you want to try as a bonus?
Damage is damage, my dude.
Can't think of anything off the top of my head right this second.
Don't you have that weird thing with your crossbow where you can do something as a bonus? Due to your figment?
That's what I was just reading. It says, hold on. Snicker Snacker. Snicker Snack. Starting at 6th level, weapons can quickly rid enemies of their heads. The ability score point makes second attack when you take the attack action.
Okay, because you use the spell and not the attack action, that does not apply.
Additionally, on your turn, if you take an action other than attack action or cast or make an attack as a bonus action.
But you did take the cast a spell action, so.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay.
I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so that is your turn. Unless you wish to take a movement and risk an attack of opportunity.
Nope.
Okay. That closes out round 1 then. Before we end, would anyone like to refoot their initiative?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm actually happy.
My initiative's pretty good.
Because I had taken a book thing at it.
19, alright. Sarah, did you change yours yet?
what are we waiting on?
Sarah said you wanted to roll her initiative.
I already did.
Oh, 11? I couldn't hear that you changed it, my bad. Alright, so everybody's new initiatives is in, and this is where we will pick up next time.
Trying to input my last thing. About it.
Okay.
Apparently it doesn't like how I frame things. I'm just gonna keep going with it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. In which case, I will close out tonight's session with the earth rumbling and you guys fighting the demonic Heartless. We will continue in 2 weeks.
There we go. Apparently it doesn't like words. For whatever reason, it doesn't.